Okay, everyone, thank you for coming to my channel, Deb Snell's 40s World. We're going to be going over the Braxton Family Values, Season 5, Episode 18, Mother of All Insults. First of all, I'm going to be making a lot of sidebars because I just don't understand how these beautiful, capable women cannot seem to get along no more than 10 minutes in each episode that they tape with each other. Personally, I really feel that the only two people that should be in the music industry is Tamar and Tony, only because they both have amazing voices. They have different ranges of their voice, of how they present it in music to make people want to go buy it. And not so to say that Tamar has a more stronger voice than Tony. It's just they come in two different areas of generations in life. And Tony's voice is more deeper, raspier voice that you can get with, and Tamar's a little bit more on a alto soprano type vocal ability, but she doesn't really have stage presence like Tony has stage presence and a good voice. Tamar pretty much just has the voice and not so good stage presence, but it works out in some weird way. But the rest of the sisters, as far as Tracy trying to come on the scene at an older pace and not really being fully developed, God knows I don't know what Tracy and I'm Tracy Tawanda is doing these days because she goes back from acting to being a full time mom to being an assistant to seem like she wants to go back and be a backup singer. I don't know. She's just all over the place. Same thing with um what's her name? I kind of get them confused. Tracy, because once she wanted to be in the hair business, then she wanted to be well, first she wanted to be in showbiz in the music industry, but then she waited, had her son, and that pretty much solidified her whole career in the music industry because she didn't get back what she could have had capitalized on when she was much younger. Now the audience that she's trying to reach is so far out her reach because she's not in that era anymore, and people are just not feeling it. At least I'm not, from my perspective. And then it's just, then you got Trina want to have success so bad to like she feels like she's one of the elite members of society, the ones that really make the rules, uh, make things happen, the real movers and shakers. She's not a Rockefeller. She's not a Rothschild. We're talking about real heavy hitters that you probably never ever meet in your daytime. You'll probably always see in your lifetime pictures of these aristocratic type royalty people, but never really come at the same table with them. You know what I'm saying? She just thinks she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth and she just have money to burn. I'm like, baby girl, I don't know how good Bar Chicks is faring for you. I mean, the house that you're living in, I didn't really get a chance to see it, but it looks much different from the house that you engaged shared. And it looks quite bigger. Uh, from just looking at it on the outside in the moonlight or the lights that they had flashing on your house when they were doing this night taping. But it seems to be a little bit more of footage going around than what you originally had when you were married to Gabe or going through your divorce or whatever. Seems like a bigger house. Don't know if you're leasing or renting or buying, really doesn't matter. You're in it. Um, but it just seems like they just want that lifestyle that Tony and Tamar through her marrying Vince and having all these uh, ways to receiving monetary value in materialistic ways such as cars, homes, uh, opportunities to be filmed on TV, clothing, and all that stuff. Tony, we know she definitely comes from, selling herself to the industry pretty much, as well as having a good vocal ability. And, she does command stage presence and she looks good in all facets of the business. However, that's just those two. But it seems like the other three sisters, Tawanda, Trina, Tracy, they're trying to find their way to stay relevant when to me they really don't even have a part to play in it. I don't like I said, I don't know where I don't know, Tawanda should say Tracy, I mean Tony's assistant, her doo-wop chick, or maybe not her doo-wop chick, but just her assistant. And stay more so off camera. Then Tracy. To me, she just should have just went on and got maybe start her own salon, did what her mother did, because that seems like where she's more pliable, pliable at. And when it comes to Wanda, not to Wanda, Trina, I don't know who would think of owning a bar. I can see a restaurant to a certain degree, but a bar, when you already have trouble or issues with alcohol, you definitely had your situation with a DUI, and maybe it was just because Gabe was driving your ass crazy, and that was the only solace that you seek to partake in to get you out of your woes. And if that's the case, okay, then you don't have an alcoholic or alcohol problem, and you can physically own this bar chick and become very wealthy with it, and it not be a hindrance to your sobriety. Whatever, if you're going to A&A or what that's just a storyline plot. I'm not sure, but y'all, I did my sidebar for about 6 minutes now just to get y'all in the space that I'm in when I'm going to talk about this show that's being presented to me that I felt I wanted to share with you all in my own perspective. So we go right on into it. Again, the title was Mother of All Insults. Season 5, episode 18. We're at Trina's house. She's invited the girls over, Tamar, Trina, Tracy, to sample food that she's trying to upgrade her restaurant into serving. She's introducing new palatable, meaning nice to your palate. The taste, the and richness of the smelling of the food, how it tastes in your mouth, how it makes you feel. She's trying to basically offer new menu choices to an established already menu. She's just trying to take off some things that are not good sellers, trying to focus on some things that are good sellers, but trying to enhance on them thus far. So she pretty much bites them over. The whole situation goes left because Trina cannot take criticism no matter how you give it, whether it's constructive, where it's just downright out in your face, or just to the forefront. This is how I feel about this food. It sucks. Da da da. This is why I feel it sucks. It needs this, that, and third. Of course, Trina takes it very much to heart like it's her own baby. And most people do when they're trying to get something off the ground. They're trying to nurture it, feed it, give it all that it needs to grow. And then you have some naysayers coming in saying this, that, and third. And then you're like, well, I don't care. I don't give a shit what you're saying instead of just listening. Because think about where she's getting the information from. And they call her monster. I'm like, who wants to be called monster? I don't care if they act like a monster when they were growing up. They did the most terrible things while they were growing up. I mean, Tamar is the baby. You expect certain things and such things of immaturity when it comes with the baby child, but you don't indulge in it. I mean, you may lose your mind, but you don't necessarily have to lose your mind on camera. You can get her quick, fast, in a hurry. What do you call it? Together. Without even going through all these name callings and stuff, because you know where she's at. So it's just more so fussing going on between Tamar and Trina about food, parenting, men, and negative energies. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like I'm watching the Twilight Zone instead of coming over looking for some grown ass women to taste some food, tell their own perspectives of how they feel about the taste of the food, and let it go from there and then get on to another subject. But no, Tamar and Trina, she needs to add more. She just tells Trina she needs to add more salt to her chicken wings. Why they taste so syrupy, like it's more of a pie than it is a piece of chicken. And she said, well, that's my new bourbon sauce. This is what Trina's trying to tell Tamar. And she said, oh, okay, well, it's more sweet and syrupy than, whatever. And then her chef was in there. He could have said, well, yeah, I had that conversation with Trina, but this is how she wants it. I'm not going to be too fond of it, but, then again, that's Trina not listening to her people that's around her. Chicken does not supposed to taste like syrup unless we're talking about this is a sweet and sour, or this is a sweet type of chicken. You know what I'm saying? But, she's in her own feelings about it. Then we go to Tracy. Tracy's trying to do too much. She's trying to play like she's a parent. Like, you have children that are pretty much either grown or near grown. Father fuck back. These are your sisters, not your children who you're going to have to muster over. Ain't nobody died. Eb ain't died. Your father ain't. Your mother ain't died. Your father haven't died. Tony will be the next successor to trying to find some commonality to keep this family together. she's not really in charge, but she's the oldest. They look for her far as structure, far as where do we go now? Like we're stuck in some freaking war and we're in time of war and we're looking for a leader. No, she's your older sister. She makes mistakes. She's fallible. You know, she's human. Don't look at her as to be all it all, in a sense. Then you have your brother. Where's Michael? Damn, when he really said, well, it was a family show. It mean the Braxton family values, which you would have thought we would have saw more of him. But I mean, I guess you just want this is just a female show. He ain't into it. But I'm just saying, we see him every so often, just like we see the father and give him a real scene. But I guess he's like, fuck this. I don't want nobody coming into my world trying to tell me or depict who I am, and they don't even know me. I'm gonna be off camera, not seen. I might talk to y'all on the phone. We had that conversation, but I'm not gonna be filming. So I'm like, okay, I understand that, but it would just be very nice to see him and get his take on some things. But like I said, it's all of them totally disrespect each other, meaning the women in the family, the girls. Because I mean, monster is something to be called somebody when they're maybe in their teenage life, college life. When you get grown as women, you start having children and children and children. You don't want to hear your mama called as a monster. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Trina need to cut that shit out, really out. Because that's very well offensive to me. Then, like I said, since Tony's out and doing her thing for us touring, trying to make money for her family, meaning that's her income. That's how she makes her money. She's away, so Tracy thinks she needs to step in and be the leader. No, you need to call your dad and you need to call your mama. They are still living and able-bodied individuals. They can handle the shit that y'all throwing down. Oh, anyway, talking about it's just crazy. It's like Trace feel like everybody done died, so they don't put her as boss. No, Trace, I wouldn't even follow your rule of thumb to tell you the truth. Ooh, if I was in the family. But we're moving on from there. Then we have Trina is telling Tawana that Tamar is making digs at her expensive food at her restaurant. I'm like, okay, is Tamar calling a spade a spade? Is it true? Is your hamburger costing like $10? Your entree is about like 20. Yeah, then yeah, your restaurant is pretty much expensive. And if Tamar spent on her own, maybe she got maybe three cocktails, maybe a platter of food or whatever, and that shit cost $300. Hell yes, I would be saying the same thing. Your food is too high. Who are you trying to serve to, honey? Because evidently you ain't trying to serve to the everyday working class, all right? I need my food to cost less than $20, and I got a good, nice set of food. And if I get, maybe a couple of drinks on there, then okay, at maybe $30, $40, I'm gonna spend 50 at tops, 50, and I'm celebrating really. I mean, I got dessert going on. I got me a couple of maybe three drinks going on. I got me some um what do you call it? Some non-alcoholic beverages going on. Nice big plate of wings. I don't know where my French fries at, because white folks like French fries. The elite people like French fries. They may not show you, but they like French fries. Okay? Trent, I'm gonna need you to put that on your menu at Bar Chicks before I even try to think of you ain't got no French fry, you ain't got me as no customer. That's just the way it is. We in the South, child. We ain't up north where they eat what do you call it? We eat grits in the South. They eat oatmeal in the North. You know what I'm saying? This is where it is until you come live here or there. But see, I partake of both of them. I like them both, and I'm always every day, all day in the South, born and raised, and I can eat both of them. So what the fuck you don't want no French fries on your menu? I don't understand that, Trent. I'm still mind-boggling. And if I ever meet you in the street, I'm gonna have to ask you myself very politely, very nicely, very warmly. We are both black, okay? And then it really ain't got nothing to do with just the culture. I just threw that out there about us being both black. Maybe we can have some commonality of that. We like fried foods. Is it the best? No, but we're in the South. That's what we do. We deep fry, we fry. Everything is fried, okay? Anyway, I need to know why French fries are not on your menu. I really do. I would take the time to even ride to Swanee just because I like your personality. I think you are down to earth, beautiful spirit when you want to have it. But damn, you ain't got no French fries? Nah, that ain't wasting my time. That's wasting my time. Okay, hot dogs, French fries. Hamburgers, French fries. Tuna salad, French fries. I can go on and on and on. It would still have French fries. See what I'm saying? Fried, baked, I don't care. French fries, Trina. Put it on the menu. Make everybody happy. But anyway, moving on from there. She gets upset because she feels that Tamar is pretty much saying, only rich people can eat at her restaurant. But I'm like, yeah, if it's $300 and Tamar just got her maybe two alcoholic drinks, maybe it's six, five wings, platter, you got the celery and something else going on with it. Yeah, that's hell of expensive. Okay, hell of expensive. Move from there. We have Tamar didn't have to. She really didn't have to say $300, but I'm kind of glad she did because it gave me the price range of damn. She high. I got to go get me some cash before I come to her establishment because she probably charged me a surcharge for gratuity along with my meal, and I ain't got time for that because the service thing ain't nobody getting no tip. Nobody. We're not issuing out tips that day. If my food is not on time, if I'm not being served water when I replenish, when I drink it up, it's not being replenished at a certain time. I'm looking at all these etiquettes that you have to do to get a nice tip. If that's not being performed, hell no, I'm not letting you have my credit card so you can sneak it up on me. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, Lord. Okay. So we're moving on from that situation. you know, Tamar still keep going on that she is a consumer of product. She's gonna definitely give her honest opinion and then some pretty much. We don't need the then some. We just need you to react to what was given to you for our food. You tell us how you feel about that. We're talking about service, then that's nothing. But we strictly talking about food. Just give me your food criticism, nothing else, nothing more. But Tamar gonna do what she want to do all day and infuriate the situation as we speak about it. Ooh, wait a minute, y'all. My daughter called me. Hello? Oh, okay. All right, bye. Okay, that's not them. She's not at home yet. And then we go to the situation where it just gets so lit. Um, yeah, cause what's his name? Trina gets upset. She feeling like Tamar just doing too much. They start talking about people's parenting skills, energies in the house, of the people. No, not energies in the house physically, but she's talking about Tamar's telling Trina having a bad attitude. Her husband's attitude was bad, and then Trina goes on to say your husband's attitude bad too. His energy's not good, and then she goes on and just hit below the belt. Meaning Trina, she goes on to tell Tamar she should be raising her own child, which was like no fucked up in all different kinds of categories. It's like okay, we're talking about food. Why are we getting into personal issues? That's a sidebar, and I'm with Tamar. But Tamar don't know how to get off that horse. She don't beat that horse to death. Okay, we don't bury it 12 feet under, not 6, but 12 feet under. Okay, that we bury humans. She done took the horse 6 more feet. I'm like, okay, you done did an overkill on this whole issue, Tamar. You need to pull all the way up and just be on chill mode the rest of the night. But it seems like all the women just get all in their feelings about other stuff. They ain't got anything pertaining to food. Just unresolved issues that they should have handled when the shit was going on, when the shit was fresh. Somebody getting on your nerves. If you don't want to address them that day, pick the next day after, or not before that week goes out. Address it so you can put it to rest and move on. You know what I'm saying? But these like all these women, from the baby being Tamar to the oldest being Tony, they hold their feelings in until it can't be held no more, and then they just burst out on the scene when it's not even appropriate. Oh, it's just crazy. I was just sick of it myself. But anyway, they just go on outside and be fussing. And then Trina talks to Tawanda on the outside about, yeah, y'all weren't in the car at the time, but uh, what you call Tamar had told Trina that her Barchis was just an expensive place. It's very expensive to even have a plate of food, and she was telling Tawanda that y'all weren't in the car, but this is what she said. And then she came up in the house saying the same exact thing, that she spent $300. She said, this is her livelihood. I'm like, well, damn, Trina, you need to put more Southern cuisine on your food that's going to bring you both clientele. Some of the rich and famous that want to eat healthy but still want to have that little joy of thinking they're getting something in their food for its taste. And then for the ones who just want all the fat and the fillings and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to be in a healthy restaurant state, or you wouldn't even be serving bourbon chicken. Okay? The two shall not mix. to make a meal. All right, you should be more so in everything is salad, salad based. What do you call it? Organic grown friendly stuff of that nature. If you're trying to look at people's health and being more of aware of what people are putting in their bodies that's nutritious, then you need to go that whole holistic type, have a eatery. But then again, when you throw on alcohol in the mix, ain't nothing good about that either, Trina. So I mean, if you're gonna do bad with alcohol, you might put the French fries on there too. But anyway, she goes on to say, Tamar was trying to say her restaurant was just, too expensive. And she said it again, but she spent this amount in her restaurant, this, that, and the third, and that she has a real case to say anything she wants and chooses. But it just is what it is. So then Tracy goes on and get in her car, but she done got in her feelings, which I'm like, Tracy just went out the Richter scale because they ain't about saying nothing about her, but she was just trying to get Trina and Tamar to calm down. She couldn't do it, so she just got exhausted. So she went to her car then. So Tamar called herself wanting to come and talk to uh, Tracy about the situation. So she asked Tracy, can she get in her car? Which wouldn't have been to ask me anything. I would have been pulling on the handle saying, we need to talk about this situation. Because how did it go left? How did I play a part in it going really, really left? But she asked Tracy, could she get in the car and talk with her? Tracy said, okay. So when she got in the car, I could see her not necessarily. Well, hell, I would have closed the door and we would have had a conversation. But for some reason, Tamar wanted to leave the door open a little bit, a little ajar, what I'm saying. So Tracy was trying to tell her, get on in the car so we could talk about the situation. She said, no, I'm cool. So that made Tracy feel some kind of way. So she opened up her freaking door, saying, oh, you think I'm finna do something to you? She said, well, you all up in my face. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, if this is where we going with this shit, y'all got to start a fight in each scene that we get y'all to. Because see, this is shit that don't nobody want to look at. Because ain't nobody going to be that petty in a family. And then again, maybe it is. I just never was a part of that. My family, they say shit, and then they try to hope they'll never see you again, so we'll never talk about it. But no, shit does come back, and I'm a one to confront, and then once I confront you, I'm done with it. You can say X, Y, Z thing, but if I don't got you straight on the situation, I ain't gonna keep coming back to you about the same old shit, because I don't got you straight. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. But she just like, Tracy got in her feelings, got out the car, told me, you got like, I'm going to hit you or something. She's like, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm like, what damn, Tamar, really? And then Tracy, you're older than her. You saying you want to take Tony's place, but she's not here, or you feel you need to. You knew Tamar was coming crazy. Why you going to get in her attitude? Then you're going to get in your feelings because it's a conversation y'all should have had last episode about this iTunes mess and she disrespecting you on social media. That shit should have been played out last week doing that episode, not coming over into this one going towards the end of this episode where you getting on her talking about she knows when albums gonna be dropped. She knows that she made fun of you about auto tunes being your source of vocal range skill ranges and all this and that. Then you paying homage to your so you don't supposed to pay homage to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the Lord himself. That's who you need to pay homage to. But you're sitting up there talking about you got to pay homage to Tony because Tony sat up there and paid away for you all to come into the industry and this, that, and the third. Like, no, Tony was found to have a good vocal ability and she had good stage presence. And of course, she did what she had to do. Yes, she's gonna open doors for y'all because she don't went through them doors. She could tell y'all between the pitfalls of who deal with, who not deal with. If y'all interested in being in the music industry, but you got to make your own stance like she did, her own presence. You can't just run off her name and like, okay, you a Braxton, she a Braxton. Okay, what ranges do you offer? What stage presence can you give me? What make me want to buy your album other than just looking at you and that you're related to Tony Braxton? And you know what I'm saying? What do you bring to the table as an individual? Be not even looking at your sister that's already in the industry with us. We already know what she can do and what we have plans for her. What do you want us to do for you? But first of all, what can you do for us? Don't saying like that. So Tamar felt some kind of way talking about when Tracy was giving her gratitude or gratefulness to her sister Tony. We talking about 5 years ago. Well, yeah, that's sort of not relevant, but relevant in its own self. And Tony's album dropped him off on, well, not Tony's album, but Tracy's album dropping on the same day her sister's birthday is on. Then, it just is what it is. But I'm like, again, couldn't we have solved this last episode of hell last season? when the shit was popping off about you had feeling some kind of way that Tamar shaded you on social media. We don't have to bring it up now. And all the stuff was being taped that night. I couldn't barely get the faces together. Uh, then she going on saying, I'm not Beyonce. I can't command when my um album would drop and when it's gonna drop, where it's gonna drop, and this, that, and third. She said, "You crazy." Meaning Tracy was calling Tamar crazy that she do have a lot to say about when those things can happen. Or at least give her opinion of what she would like to see. But she goes on to call her sister Tamar conniving, she's a liar, and it's just crazy. And Tamar thought she was being shady about giving Tony accolades about her 5 Grammy wins, and Tamar was up for a Grammy nomination, but she didn't win either one in any category, and she was upset about that, and she thought Tracy was shading her, just like Tracy thought Tamar was shading her about this iTunes thing, auto iTunes thing. She was saying that Tracy really couldn't sing; she needed that help. But it just is what it is. It's quite funny. But I'm like, if y'all shade each other on social media, what kind of relationship do y'all have in real life? It's, to me, seems non-existent. Y'all just come for taping, get y'all coin in, and y'all go on to y'all prospective corners of life, of living. And this is the only thing that bring y'all together as a family. But anyway, then we got Tracy saying, no, okay, no, she goes up back in the house. No, no, okay. Tracy goes to, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, we went all about that one, so we're gonna move on for that one. Oh yeah, and then before Tracy leaves to go somewhere in the midst of the blackness of the night, she tells Tamar that oh, so bring L.A. Reid in, and oh, now we're gonna bring social media, and she just throw up her hands, she walks away. Then Tamar says in her confession she cannot have nobody demean her character as a woman, as a businesswoman, womanhood, sisterhood, this, that, and that. You're either gonna be a foul person or you're gonna be a good person. And she chooses to be a good person. I'm like, in what lifehood? In what life are you talking about, Tamar? Cause you just shade everybody and anybody, you know, before it's over with. You are kind of looking like a liar. You are kind of looking like you're conniving because you're up there with your husband Vince, and y'all doing a lot of shady shit behind your sister's back. So it is what it is. So I commend Tracy calling you out on your shit the way she did it. I wouldn't have presented it that way, but it is what it is. Okay. Then we have Tamar going to tell her sister Tawanda about what Tracy had just called her a liar, conniving, just that and the third, not a good mother. Well, no, she didn't say that, but just the conniving and being a liar and knowing when her album can and cannot drop, her having that type of capability of just at least putting her perspective in when she would like for it to drop. And Tawanda's looking at her like, okay, what did she say that I can disagree with? That's her little stance. I mean, she wasn't even trying to console her sister or anything. And Tamar was doing all her little fake crying and carrying on. And then when she saw that she wasn't gonna get no love, no hugs, no nothing type of consoling from Tawanda, then she's gonna try to straighten everything up. So I'm sorry, I'm putting all this on you. You didn't hear what was said to me and just that and third, so you can't really back me up on anything. And I'm looking like she didn't have to back you, or she could have just saw your tears flowing and you just being upset. She could have gave you a hug. But Tawana just act like she just evil incarnate. You know what I'm saying? I don't have this like evil spirit amongst them, especially when it comes to Trina, Tawanda, and Tracy. And like I said, I'm thinking maybe it's because y'all didn't have y'all limelight or y'all didn't marry well. I don't know what it is, but it's just it reeks and it's kind of disturbing. Um, but anyway, like I said, she had no love for Tamar, so Tamar just pretty much said she finna go home. She finna get her a child and she's gonna go get some rest. Then she goes on to just, she just too much. Going back saying, Trina said she was no good mama and that she uses them own mama to take care of her son. I'm like, anybody using L? L know how to say, look, I'm not watching your child, my grandson. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. This, that, and the third. She has a mouth. She can open it up, say whatever she wants to. Just like y'all father could say, I'm coming to town, or I'm not coming to town. It just is what it is. Deal with it. But it just it just was a big mess. Then Tamar goes on and says she finna go back to her $15 million mansion with her nanny and her son, whom none of her sisters give a fuck about. I'm like, that's it, Tamar. You own 15 million of bullshit is what you own. But they didn't say that. Maybe they are rocking a little hidden or not so hidden resentment towards you because you have the husband that's still trying to be with you regardless whether he beating on you or not. Was well allegedly what they had in social media that Vince was biting on her finger and treating her like head shit and this, that, and the third, but she's still with him. Is she a battered with syndrome type victim? I don't know. Not my place to say because everything is about in social media could be 1% truth, 99% false, or flip it over and it'd be the same other type of scenario. Who knows? Only Tamar can live in her life and live with the stress that is brought upon living that life, not us. So I'm not even trying to judge or get into that situation. This is what it is. But then you have uh, what to understand outside in the dark to everybody. We need a family meeting and this, that, and that. I'm like, girl, sit your ass down. But anyway, she go back in the house trying to figure out what's going on between Tracy and um Trina, and then what her name? Tracy act like she finna have a heart attack. But say you shouldn't have said that about her child. You shouldn't bring the children in it. I'm like, hey, bring the children in and bring the housekeeper, bring the lawn care man, landscaper man, the cook, the chef, whoever you want to bring in, but make it interesting. Make it be somewhat close to the plot we're trying to reach or the setting of the tone of the scene we're trying to set. I don't care. Bring in a poster man if you want to. If it's good entertainment, fine. But if it's all about trying to say you don't need your mama watching your child when you should have your child. And like Tamar said, if she's trying to make the coin happen and her mama, is living with her at this time when she's in LA, if she don't want to watch Logan, I can call my nanny. It doesn't matter how it gets done. It just needs to get done because I got to go make my paper. Understood. Very much so understood. And it's not none of her sister's business. If she does have a nanny part time and she has Elf looking after Logan part time, it just is what it is. She got that kind of life, she can live it. Don't judge her and don't be resentful of it because you don't. But that was just too much spitefulness going on between them of what one has and the other one don't type of scenario. And they trying to say they need to have a hookup before Tony get back to town. I'm like, Tony ain't nobody's boss either. If you want to have a real type of understanding, meet with that person that you getting all the shade from and let it be had or whatnot. But moving on from there, all of them got unresolved issues with one another. But like I said, I just think all the issues are really jealousy type issues of the fame and fortune that they feel Tony is getting as well as Tamar, and they are feeling some kind of left out. Trina feels like she didn't want to be a doo-wop girl no more. Tawana felt the same. Trina is throwing all her money and all her ends into a restaurant that may be successful within 5 years, or it may not. But at least she tried. You know what I'm saying? She gave it a whirl of being a business owner. Um, Tawanda, I still don't know what she's doing. She's supposed to have been acting in LA. Don't know what happened with that idea. Haven't seen her on no commercials, haven't seen her in no pictures, films, plays, etc. So yes, that's the only thing they do have is this show. So they gotta try to make it as ratchet as possible to keep people filming in or tuning in because what does she have other than this paycheck? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a clothing line? Do you have a hairline? What else is popping off when Braxton family values are not being shown? Am I seeing more of you after the show has ceased and, not filming anymore for the season? What is going on with you other than being on radio stations and promoting I don't know what? So that's my spiel on them. And of course, like I said, it just goes on to where another scene where Trina eventually apologizes to Tamar, but Tamar is not really being that receptive to the apology. She's just basing it on the idea that it should have never been said. And like I said, she don't beat the horse already 12 feet down on that subject. A lot of things that are said in anger, a lot of things that are put away into the right appropriate time, which that time never comes until something else big happens, and then all that shit just overflows. And so you get what you didn't expect plus then some times something, you know. So it just is what it is. But then Tamar comes out the blue talking about she was pregnant. She was taking these IVF treatments. Didn't nobody have a clue of what she was going through or was she even taking treatments. But then when Tawanda called herself needing her sister's advice on not pregnancy, on divorce issues, she needed them to cling under her for some understanding of why, why her. I'm like, why not you? Hell, all your sisters done been through the divorce scare, even Tamar, but she just chooses not to divorce Vince at this time. But the mama been divorced. Tony been divorced. Trina been divorced. Uh, Let me see. Tracy almost been damn near divorced, but she wanted to save her marriage. Okay, cool. Then you got who else? Hmm. We already discussed Tamar having a problem in her marriage, but she decided to stay in her marriage too. So I mean, you have Eb, Tony, and Trina already done went through the bus. Why you ain't talking to your mom? That's the only person you need to talk to, really, because she's on the stable minded person that could tell you divorce could get ugly, or divorce could be very, palatable or palatable, where it doesn't mean anything. It's just that it needs to be resolved. It's a good sweet tasting or bittersweet, how people say. But it just is what it is. You can't live together, so you need to separate, okay, to make everything work. So why do you feel you need to have your sisters around you? That's just so asinine to me to think that. I mean, and you don't been through it with each one of your sisters that are actually divorced, and you went through it with Mama L when you were younger, but you kind of put the pieces together when you got an adult. Some things you might need a little bit more clarification on, but it needs to be off camera, of course, because we don't want to see the shit. But I don't understand why you think you just did all your sisters' emotions to come to you, because we don't give a fuck about you get a divorce or not. The fact that this joker is trying to take your kids and your property is what you should be talking about, not the loss, the love that was once there. The loss is gone, and what you gonna do? You gonna pick yourself up. You're going to not stay on that ground as being defeated. You're going to pull yourself up from your panties, get back on the horse and ride it again until the wheels fall off, meaning you dead and gone out this world. There's no time for no pity party. There's no time for, oh, he did me this way, that way. No, just deal with your divorce and move the fuck on. You don't need your sisters for all of that. You done been through it with them. You done suffered. All of y'all don't, you should know this by 3 other people going before, really 2 strong people going before you. Not even count L, but just Trina and Tony. You don't been through it with them. They let you into certain parts of their divorce of what they were feeling, what they were going through, so you know about it. I mean, what do you want them to just come over your house and all y'all just cry together and reminisce and shit? Ain't nothing died but the marriage. You still gonna see Andre. You still gonna have to pay him. You still gonna get him the kids and the property, or you not. It's just that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. But the rest, it's just fake foolery and fraudulent. That's all I had, y'all. Cause it just making me pissed off. Just trying to make Tawana have a storyline, or she need her sister. She want to be selfish. Damn, we don't need to be selfish with nothing. Give freely. You know what I'm saying? And get the fuck on. If a man don't want you, or they making it too hard for you, fight back as best as fairly as you can, or nasty as you can. Remember, karma is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I would say fight as fair as you can, but y'all both need joint custody. Ain't no singleness, or ain't no you getting all or you getting out. No, the fuck that. Okay, you get them, I get them. We have joint custody. If I was primarily the breadwinner, I'm gonna give you one house. Pick it, Maryland or no, a Los Angeles or Atlanta. I'm having one, you having one. That's just the fucking way it's gonna be. I'm sorry, and go fire that lawyer you got and get somebody on point, and then make your life, a little happier, whatever. I don't give a shit at this time. At this point, I just wanted to say what I had to say. about mother of all insults. Season 5, episode 18. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all can find some laughter. Y'all can find some truth in it. But catch me next time, okay, for the next Family Braxton's family values, and we'll give it to you straight, no chaser. Okay?